Adolf Hitler is speaking at the Burger Breikeller in Munich. Inside the pillar behind him, a bomb is concealed. It is moments away from exploding. German carpenter and Nazi opponent Georg Elser has prepared for this day for months. He knew Hitler would appear today. He knew the speech would happen now. Elser planted a timed explosive. It is set for exactly 9:20 p.m. The blast destroys the ceiling above the speaker's platform. 63 people are wounded, 8 killed, but Hitler is not among them. He left the hall at 9:07 p.m., earlier than expected. Elser's attempt has failed. Like many others, nearly 40 plots could not harm Adolf Hitler. How was that possible? Why did every attempt to kill Hitler fail? How did he always survive? Was it pure luck or something more? This is Henning von Tresckow. He serves as first general staff officer in the Wehrmacht. When the Nazis seized power in 1933, he supported Hitler, but that soon changed. The turning point came in 1941. Germany invaded the Soviet Union. To Tresckow, this was military madness. He believed Germany would lose the war. His conscience also tormented him. He knew of the mass killings of Jews. He knew of the regime's crimes. His decision was clear. This insane dictator must be stopped at any cost. In spring 1943, Tresckow acted. He convinced his commander-in-chief, Günther von Kluge, to invite Hitler to Smolensk, where Tresckow was stationed. Hitler agreed. On March 13, 1943, Hitler flew from Venice to East Prussia, stopping in Smolensk. At lunch, Tresckow asked Lieutenant Colonel Heinz Brand for a favor: deliver a package with 2 bottles of Cointreau to a friend in Berlin. Tresckow claimed he lost a bet, but the package contained a bomb. Tresckow planned to fake a plane crash. His ally, Fabian, the device should explode within an hour. Schlabrendorf crushed the acid ampule inside the detonator, starting the timer. The plane was meant to crash near Minsk, but Hitler landed safely. The bomb froze solid in the icy cargo hold. Tresckow quickly phoned Brand, pretending he sent the wrong package. The next day, Schlabrendorf retrieved the parcel, swapped it for real cognac, and defused the bomb. Another failed attempt, but Tresckow remained undetected. He belonged to a close circle of military conspirators determined to kill Hitler. Giving up was not an option. A key figure was Lieutenant Colonel Klaus Schenk Graf von Stauffenberg, who became the leader of the plot. He and Tresckow worked closely, always seeking the right moment. It came 9 months later. This is Axel Freiherr von Dembuche, tall, blonde, blue-eyed, the Nazi ideal. His appearance gave him the perfect cover. He and several officers were to present new Wehrmacht uniforms to Hitler. Von Dembuche planned to blow himself up along with Hitler using a hidden British grenade. But fate intervened. An Allied air raid destroyed the rail car carrying the uniforms. No uniforms, no demonstration. The meeting was postponed. Soon after, von Dembuche was gravely wounded, losing a leg. Stauffenberg turned to 21-year-old Lieutenant Ewald Heinrich von Kleist, who agreed to sacrifice himself. But Hitler canceled the appointment at the last minute. Finally, on July 7, 1944, the uniform demonstration took place at a castle near Salzburg. Major General Helmut Stief was chosen for the mission. The odds of success were high. An explosion at such close range was almost certain to kill Hitler. But at the last moment, Stief lost his nerve. He wanted Hitler dead, but not at the cost of his own life. Still, Stauffenberg's group refused to quit. They devised a new plan. This time, Stauffenberg himself would strike. His goal was bigger than killing Hitler. He aimed to topple the entire Nazi regime with a coordinated coup. July 20th, 1944. Early morning. Stauffenberg and First Lieutenant Werner von Haften fly from Berlin to Hitler's headquarters. Stauffenberg is scheduled to brief Hitler on the Eastern Front. A perfect chance. He intends to place a briefcase with 2 bombs near Hitler, then leave before the blast. Afterward, he'll return to Berlin to launch Operation Valkyrie, seize power, and end the dictatorship. But complications arise. The meeting is moved up because Mussolini is expected. At 12:15 p.m., Stauffenberg pretends to change his shirt. He and Haften try to arm both bombs, but they're interrupted and rushed to the briefing. Only one device is activated. Stauffenberg leaves the second with Haften and enters the room, placing the briefcase about 1.3 meters from Hitler. He delivers his report, then excuses himself for a phone call. Everything seems on track. Minutes later, Hitler leans over the table to discuss strategy. The bomb detonates. Stauffenberg, 200 meters away, sees the blast and believes Hitler is dead. He and Haften fly back to Berlin to execute Valkyrie, planning to blame the SS and Gestapo for Hitler's death and seize control. But the coup collapses. The explosion rips through the conference room, blowing a hole where the briefcase stood. 4 die, many are injured. Only 2 escape with minor wounds. One of them is Adolf Hitler. His slight lean over the table at the critical moment saves his life. The blast merely throws him upward. Once again, Hitler survives. Had Stauffenberg managed to arm the second bomb and place it in the briefcase, the explosion would almost certainly have killed Hitler. With the failed attempt on Hitler's life, the planned coup against the Nazi regime collapsed just hours later. That same night, Stauffenberg and 3 other leading conspirators were executed by firing squad in the courtyard of the Bendler Block, the headquarters of the Army High Command and the center of the resistance. Around 200 other conspirators were later put to death. This was the last major attempt to assassinate Hitler. On April 30th, 1945, he ended his own life inside the Führerbunker in Berlin. How was it possible that Hitler escaped death again and again? In old photographs and film footage, he is almost always seen alone, the image of an invincible, untouchable dictator. that was the image he wanted the world to see. In reality, Hitler took countless precautions to protect himself. He was surrounded by a guard of elite bodyguards. A private security service inspected every route and location before his arrival. His movements were kept strictly secret. Whether traveling by train, car, or plane, he was heavily guarded. He had his own pilot and personal chef. Every meal was taste. Hitler did everything possible to reduce the risk of an attack. He also relied on a special tactic. He once remarked that the best defense was an unpredictable life. In practice, this meant he often changed routes, canceled trips at the last minute, arrived earlier than scheduled, or left events unexpectedly. Would a successful assassination have changed the course of history? What if Hitler had stayed in the beer hall just 13 minutes longer in 1939? Could millions of Jews have been saved if even one of the nearly 40 attempts had succeeded? Or would another figure have stepped in to lead the regime?